Good morning, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, morning headlines on June 5, 2023. China's growing comedy scene feels censorship chill. Christian B claims 5 chilling words made him prime Madeleine McCann suspect. Kashmir battles alarming drug addiction crisis. Bowel cancer. BBC war reporter Jeremy Bowen says disease changed him. People in Japan who got used to face masks during COVID are attending smiling lessons. Sky News. Japanese get trained in Hollywood smiles as masks slowly come off. Reuters.com. Japanese get trained in Hollywood smiles as masks slowly come off. Ukraine war. It's better to die at home than abroad. War brings urgency to fight for LGBT rights in Ukraine. Sydney newspaper rebellion, the night the censors called armed officers on the press. Climate change, how is my country doing on tackling it? Russia-Ukraine war live, girl, 2, killed in Dnipro as Kyiv fends off air attack, as it happened. Most likely cause of deadly train accident in India identified. The Independent, India train crash, families demand accountability after disaster. Al Jazeera English, India investigates cause of one of the worst train accidents in history. The Washington Post, clues emerge from India train disaster. Reuters, India funds new trains ahead of safety improvements, analysts say. No survivors found after wayward plane that triggered fighter jet chase crashes into wilderness. Sky News, sonic boom explosion shakes Washington, D.C. as fighter jets pursue unresponsive plane. The Independent, Washington explosion heard as U.S. Air National Guard sonic boom leaves windows rattling. Daily Record, sonic boom in Washington as F-16 fighter jets scramble to intercept unresponsive plane. Ukraine war, anti-Kremlin fighters say Russian soldiers captured. BBC, pro-Ukraine group of partisans captures Russian soldiers. The Guardian, Ukraine war, anti-Russian fighters will hand over 2 captured soldiers to Kyiv. Sky News, pro-Ukrainian fighters capture Russian soldiers during raid on Russian soil. The Telegraph, partisans claim to have captured Russian soldiers. Li Shangfu, war with US would be unbearable disaster, says China Defense Minister. BBC, Shangri-La dialogue, Beijing defends maneuvers at security summit. Al Jazeera English, US warns China against coercion and bullying but calls for dialogue. Warrington Guardian, here are questions China's army asked at Singapore Defense Forum. Bloomberg, China's Li says clash with US would bring unbearable disaster. Russia says shoots down Ukraine-launched drones over Crimea, Kursk. Reuters.com, Putin's cruise missiles pound Ukraine's airfields near Kyiv, Russia downs 5 drones over Crimea. Hindustan Times, Ukraine repels wave of Russian air attacks on Kyiv after explosion hits Dnipro. The Guardian, how Kyiv residents are coping with Russia's heaviest airstrikes yet. The Times, drone shot down in Crimea's Jankoy, Moscow installed official says. Poland, hundreds of thousands march against right-wing populist government. The Guardian, Poland protest, hundreds of thousands demand change in Warsaw. BBC, Poland, thousands protest over new law, BBC News. BBC News, 500,000 march through Warsaw to save Poland. The Times, hundreds of thousands march in Poland anti-government protests. Tiananmen Square, Hong Kong police detain activists on anniversary of massacre. BBC, Hong Kong pro-democracy figures arrested on Tiananmen Square anniversary. Guardian News, Tiananmen Square, Hong Kong police make arrests on anniversary of massacre. BBC, Tiananmen anniversary provides a picture of repression in Hong Kong. The Washington Post, Hong Kong police arrest pro-democracy figures on Tiananmen Square anniversary. Arms contract shows Iran has sold Russia ammunition for Ukraine war, says security source. Sky News, the secret Iranian-Russian arms deal. Russia-Ukraine war live, Moscow claims to have repelled major attack in Donetsk, Belgorod energy facility on fire. The Guardian, Russia says it thwarted major Ukrainian offensive, killed hundreds, Russia-Ukraine war, WION live. WION, Russia says it thwarted major Ukrainian offensive. BBC, Ukraine war latest, Russia claims it has thwarted major Ukrainian offensive, after Kyiv video urges silence. Sky News, Russia-Ukraine war at a glance, what we know on day 467 of the invasion. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.